everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we are back again with another pick a card reading, and this one is going to be about what will your relationship be like. So for some of you, this could definitely relate maybe to current relationships that you're getting involved in, maybe future relationships, you know, who knows? It's going to be different. It's going to resonate differently for everybody. And again, you should know, using your own intuition, you know, what does resonate and what pile is right for you. Because again, this is a general reading. And so not every card, not every message, not every pile is going to resonate for you personally. Because again, this is, you know, only 3 options. There's only so many, you know, kind of messages that are going to come out in 3 piles, which is why it's not uncommon to see, you know, revisiting the same topic later on down the future and getting, you know, completely different readings that way. That sort of thing. Everybody on YouTube here and tarot readers do that sort of thing. I just saw 111, so collectively you guys might be seeing that a lot. I know I have. But anyway, so in this reading, we're going to be really covering, again, kind of the overall themes of what the relationship is going to be like, kind of a bit about maybe how you meet, how you guys join, sort of the love lessons you're learning together, any kind of challenges in the relationship that you need to know about, what it is you guys kind of grow and create together, as well as, you know, what is the sexual energy and sexual interest inside of the relationship as well. So again, that portion may not be of interest for all of you. And if it isn't, no need to watch that portion. Again, we'll kind of go step by step into each pile when it comes to the messages and kind of what we're focusing on. And then I will pull also additional information, synchronicities that you guys need to know, maybe to help you identify this person when they come into your life or vice versa. So with all of that said and that preferencing, we'll go ahead and introduce you to the piles that we have here today. And so I'm using manga, and I also want to kind of incorporate each one of these within each pile, kind of tell you a little bit about them and kind of what's, you know, could also be part of what, you know, resonates to the relationship that we are looking at in each pile. But for pile 1, we have Beastmaster. For pile 2, we have Spell of Desire. And for pile 3, we have Blackbird. So definitely take as much time as you need. Meditate on the piles. Use a pendulum if you want to. Again, an actual pendulum. Your body is a pendulum. Whatever works for you. To connect to your higher self, your guides, whatever it is that is going to lead you to the pile or piles that are going to have the most resonant message, because again, more than one of these could have messages that apply to you. So with all that said, I will see you at your pile selection. Alrighty, for those of you who picked pile 1 with Beastmaster here, which this is a pretty short, it's only 2-volume manga. I absolutely love this series, and I really like this particular artist. And I've read a couple of her other series as well. She does really cute work, but this is a personal favorite of mine. And so I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about some of the themes of the relationship in this particular manga and story, because it might apply, it might resonate with the cards that we've pulled, as well as, you know, kind of what this relationship is talking about. So it's very much with this relationship, it's all about not judging a book by its cover, because we have these 2 characters, and the male character in this story, he comes off as, obviously, if we look at the cover here, you know, a scary, animalistic, you know, beast kind of boy, because he was raised out in kind of the wilds. He was a wild child. So again, your person might have some of those characteristics as well. And in a lot of ways, you know, you have the female character who loves animals. Animals don't really love her very much because she smothers them in love. She's very loving, and she's very open, and she's willing to see below the surface. And so that's what she kind of sees in him, and what she's surprised to find out is that the male character, he's really a huge softie. I mean, he does have his scary, again, animalistic side, but he's really a big sweetie. He's kind of naive to kind of the modern world and society. And so it's a very charming story when it comes here. So I definitely feel like with you guys in your relationship, it is kind of a mix match kind of pairing, but there is a lot of genuine connection and love there. So let's go ahead and set that aside and start diving into your cards. And we're going to start off with the tarot here and get some kind of overall themes, some more additional things going on here. So what's so crazy is your first card that we have here is Strength, which of course represents the sign of Leo, which is so fucking weird because the main male character here in this story, his name is fucking Leo. How weird is that? So there is a little synopsis here about this story. So that's, and again, it's kind of about her being able to like tame him, but really she just sees that, you know, kind of is acting as a guide and a friend to him. So there might be a big friendship aspect to this particular relationship. We also have, you guys have the Hermit. So you have two major arcanas already coming out, and we have the Five of Wands. So something I will say is that, yeah, I definitely feel like there is something very unusual about this partner in this relationship, either in you or them. There could also be maybe some distance or some foreign attributes. Definitely a lot of passion. So kind of looking at these from a love perspective. With Strength, Strength is really going to refer to, again, like happiness, victory, courage, and again, being able to see something for what is really inside, not judging a book by its cover, and again, having a lot of compassion. This has to do with passion and love, unconditional love, and especially an unconditional love that is going to be like a rock in your life. You know, this person definitely feels about you like you are their rock, and they're going to make you feel like you are at your most confident and strong, because they bring that out and you bring that out in them as well. With the Hermit can definitely refer to, you know, very deep soulful relationships that develop over time, and especially develop via friendship. So again, this particular relationship might start as a friendship instead of just like a traditional, like, okay, we are romantic right off the bat. No, because there's hidden feelings here. The Hermit is not going to come out and can have a challenge in being vulnerable and showing that vulnerability, and especially coming out about feelings. So one or both of you might be resisting really admitting your feelings for each other, the romantic feelings that are stirring and growing. The challenge here that I'm seeing definitely right off the bat is with the Five of Wands, because that can really refer to, you know, arguments between the couples. So again, or even like competition in a way, like there is conflict there. And I feel like part of the conflict might be because not only do you guys have very clear differences between each other, but you also have a lot of similarities. So you guys mirror each other very well. And because you have such a deep connection, and especially a connection that is developed on friendship, you guys can definitely get under each other's skin in a way where it's like those arguments can definitely come on, and when they do, they're explosive, but I feel like they'll end up fizzling out over time, because again, the communication will be there, and again, that unconditional love and that passion will heal things over, especially if you guys communicate correctly. This could also be referencing for a lot of you, because some of you could definitely be in a very solitary state right now if you're not already in this relationship, and you might be, you know, trying to get out there on the dating scene, and really it's like you're feeling very shy, you're feeling very unsure because you feel like you can't actually stand out, that there's maybe too much competition, or you feel like you don't have what it takes to, you know, catch the eye of a certain person or something, or you feel like maybe the person that you're interested in has so many more admirers, and that you can't, again, express your feelings to them, or maybe that's how they're feeling about you. Either way, you know, that could definitely be a part of this. So I also feel like there's a warning here of not letting outside influences and friend groups, work colleagues, family try to interfere on how it is you feel about this person. You need to definitely stay strong in this relationship. You know, if this relationship is rooted in that, you know, equality and the friendship and really building the relationship over time by starting off as friends, really getting to know each other, it's like it will stand up to anything. So with that said, let's go ahead and that's kind of representative of, again, what this story is about here, because a lot of people try to pick on Leo and her together and kind of try to throw things up, and it doesn't work out in the end because they persevere through it. So let's go ahead and talk about potentially, you know, how it is you guys are going to meet, what's going to bring you guys together. And so we have the balsamic moon here with a time for healing. So very interesting. So again, you potentially got your spark that maybe brings you guys together is through mutual healing, maybe mutual healing of certain wounds. Because again, there's some similarities here, some similar experiences you both have probably gone through that is going to be kind of a bonding point for you, I feel like. And so let's talk a little bit more about this. I'm curious about the time period here with the balsamic moon. So pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take your next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. So that might also be a part of why maybe this relationship won't turn romantic super fast, is because there's things that you or both of you have to heal before you can really move up in that next level. You know, you have to find that strength and that courage on your own before you guys come together, if that makes sense. So rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had. If you know that someone or something really isn't good for you, this card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you are ready when the time comes. So again, there's a lot of divine timing involved with this. Again, the first step is definitely healing. And again, that might also be a bonding point between the two of you. You might be going through a similar experience that you guys can kind of share and work with each other and be each other's rock. So to attune to this, when one is healed, all are healed. So it's time to let go of the past. You're about to turn the corner. You need more time to heal. Think about how the situation would look if everyone were healed. With that one line of "you're about to turn the corner," I feel like that could be a part of how you guys meet. You might turn a corner and you might like run into each other, or, and, you know, something very cliche, but like, you know, that could be a part of it. How you guys kind of meet, how you talk and become kind of friends at first. And also, I feel like that's kind of going to represent how it is you realize you're like in love with each other, is like, it just kind of happens. Like, you just kind of wake up and realize like, oh shit, my feelings go beyond just that of friendship, which might lead to like, oh my God, should I tell them this kind of thing? So with this moon, you know, patience is required at the time of the balsamic moon. It's a time for self-care as you slowly but surely prepare yourself for the new moon, which is just around the corner. No matter which point in the current moon cycle you have pulled this card, it's a reminder to go a little bit easy on yourself. The time to step into your creatrix power will come soon enough. Give yourself the time you need. So again, pay attention to the moon cycle right before new. That is what this time period is about. Also, you know, we have Leo, we have Virgo, and we have 5. So for some of you, This could take place during a Leo season, or maybe somebody is a Leo, somebody is a Virgo. It might have to do with Virgo season, or maybe it has to do with 5 months. Maybe for some of you, it's 5 years, 5 weeks. Again, there's something significant about the number 5. We also have successive numbers here. We have 8 and then 9. So again, there's kind of a clear order to how things work. There's like a step-by-step process in this relationship. So talking about kind of the love lessons you're learning together in this relationship, we have card 11. So some of you, the number 11 is also very significant. We have look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. So yeah, this love relationship is all about making you both stronger, finding your inner strength. Again, that has a lot to do with this healing energy. You're learning through this relationship and through, again, kind of the relationship you build together, how to heal and how to grow and to find your own inner strength. You know, somebody else doesn't give you your strength. You have it within you, and then you express it. You can definitely get support and encouragement, but it's all about you finding your inner strength. And again, the strength of the relationship is definitely there to stand up to whatever conflicts may come or what arguments come. So that's what a big part of what you're realizing through this relationship is how much strength you really have. As far as potential challenges go, so we have her last day in the light, unexpected endings, surprise changes, and sudden shifts. And we have knowledge, study, learning, and education. I definitely feel like for some of you, this relationship could definitely be very much tied to your education. So some of you maybe are still in like college or something, or maybe, you know, I'll say high school, but really, you know, my video content is not meant for anybody under the age of 18. So again, if you're under the age of 18, you're maybe like a senior in high school or something. So that's fine. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about these particular cards. So with her last day in the sun, so what this is kind of warning about is being unprepared for change means we can be shocked and disrupted by the unexpected. But this is also a great time to test your skills and your beliefs. You'll be able to handle this change and move through it with grace, no matter how difficult it may seem. So yeah, and that's a big part of that 5 energy, because 5 always represents, you know, changes and conflicts. So there's definitely a lot of things that might come up unexpectedly, is things from the past that might come up expectedly to try to interfere with the relationship. But it's all about how you adapt and how you trust, and again, in your own strengths to make it through. So again, working with this kind of card and this energy, know that change is a healthy part of life, and even the most difficult and harsh shifts in our lives can create the perfect conditions for our own development and transformation. Now, with the knowledge card, so the challenge here with the knowledge card is you may feel that you are tired of study, or that you are too something, too old, too busy, too short of money to open the books of knowledge and learn. But the library of the world's wisdom is now being opened to you, and you would do well to have a disciplined approach. So I definitely feel with that goes back to kind of the message from the Hermit, where it's like you might be trying to put yourself out there on the dating scene or something, but you feel like you're lacking in something to really stand out or to attract the person that you want as your, you know, partner in this relationship. But again, you have to realize like you're not lacking in anything. You have all the necessary ingredients. It's just a matter of you believing in your own personal strength. And again, you might go through a lot of surprise changes. There might be a lot of changes that happen within the relationship. Again, starting off as friends, then becoming, you know, lovers, or boyfriend-girlfriend, or girlfriend-girlfriend, boyfriend-boyfriend, however it works out. Opinions of other people shifting their perspectives and changes, you know, the world around you guys changing, you know, all of that is part of it. But it's how you handle it that matters. So working with the knowledge energy, you'll be divinely guided to find the right course to study and the best books for you to read at this time. You are always learning, and this is what makes you wise. I feel like, you know, the one or maybe both of you very much care about education and learning, about, you know, always striving to push each other to grow and become more, which may or may not be a challenge. Because sometimes, you know, maybe one of you is very scared of change, of transformation because of maybe past experiences, but the other person really is trying to encourage and push that, which might cause some conflict, some disagreements in opinions or belief systems might also be a potential here. As far as what it is you guys grow together, we have the cuckoo pint. I don't know. We're going to find out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this particular card. So with this, it's all about union, creativity, and harmony. So this is what your focus together in this relationship is. You're very creative together. This is a very important union. Again, it's backed up by unconditional love and really genuine, deep connection. And so, and finding a lovely harmony together. You guys are going to have a beautiful harmony, but it might take a little bit of work to find the right rhythm into that. So, you know, this plant, you know, displays the chalice and the blade united, which is very masculine and feminine coming together kind of imagery. This symbolizes that on one level, the union of man and woman, but at a deeper level, the goal of the druid and all spiritual seekers, the union of the masculine and feminine aspects of the psyche, sometimes termed the mystical marriage or the alchemical wedding. Drawing this card upright may suggest a time of profound harmony and union with the person you love, or it could indicate that the time favors the further integration of two aspects of your nature. The marriage of the masculine and feminine is often seen as the reflection of the union of the two primal forces of God and Goddess, from which all creation flows. Therefore, this may also be a time of great creativity and fertility for you. Like the androgynous figure in the world card of the tarot, the cuckoo pint is both male and female. The powers and skills of both genders are available to you to further your spiritual quest and your ability to be truly creative. So yeah, that is what you guys are definitely building together. There's a lot of fertility in this connection, in this union. Again, it is a very divine counterparts kind of union. This is also going to help to harmonize for both of you, your masculine and feminine aspects, because there is going to be like a beautiful balance. You guys are going to balance each other out, but there might be, again, some rocky transitions there as you kind of come up to the same level, if that makes sense. So next up, we're going to go ahead and dive into more of what you need to know about the sexual aspect of this particular relationship. So again, for some of you, you may not be interested in this. Others, you might very much be interested in this. So we're going to go ahead and start off with these cards here. So we have He of the Fiery Sword and the Green Woman. It's so funny. We have another sword referenced here. So I feel like the masculine energy is definitely going to be very strong and very much take a step up here. But it's like also, there's a lot of playfulness on the sexual side of this particular relationship. There is a wildness about it. Because again, I feel like somebody has a very animalistic side to them that comes out and is very playful. It's not something to be afraid of. Like, I feel like you both are going to push each other to really, you know, bring those aspects out in each other. You know, with the fiery sword, it's all about, you know, clear and focused will and determination to carry through on decisions, even if much effort is required. So it's like you guys are both very much willing to put in the work to make not only this relationship work, but also when it comes to pleasing each other. I definitely feel like there is, yeah, this is all about breaking old patterns and barriers and really upgrading again, even in a sexual sense. Having very clear intention and putting a lot of action towards what it is you guys want. So I definitely feel like you both are going to be very active when it comes to the sexual aspect at some point. You know, if somebody is a masculine in this relationship, they might have a decent appendage, to say it. Somebody might also very much like the other person's tongue. So with the green woman kind of talking about that again, you know, yeah, there's going to be a lot of physical satisfaction and really stripping down to your natural selves. Like, there's going to be no fear of who you both are on a sexual side, because again, that is you guys at your most natural. Now, the sexual relationship is also going to really help one or both of you to mature and to really get a lot of sexual self-confidence. There's definitely a need, like, the bolder the better when it comes to it. It's like, if you guys want to throw down, then just be honest about it and just go after it. I also feel like, with that said though, there's also a need of patience. Because again, you guys are not going to necessarily jump into the sexual aspect of very fast because of that whole starting off as friends portion. So let's go ahead and see what else we have from the erotica deck here. So we have secret love affair. We have come over sexy. Hurry up. Don't keep me waiting. We have damsel in distress. And we have intense sexual cravings. So yeah, that's definitely how I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's just, with this particular relationship, there is just a natural progression of things where it's like, yeah, you guys are kind of interested in each other, you're friends, you get to know each other, and then it starts to build. There's more sexual tension that starts to come up. There's the banter between the two of you turns more playful, which ends up turning more sexual in nature. And you guys might start, you know, this kind of sexual aspect of the relationship as kind of a secret thing. Maybe not a lot of people are going to know that you actually start dating each other, which might lead to some of this surprise conflict. But there's a lot of intense cravings for each other, but not actually acting on any of the cravings yet. Again, somebody might be very, it's so funny, we have this imagery here, and the imagery on the manga itself might be very much into handcuffs, tying up, playing in that way. Let's see. Again, I feel like there is going to be a lot of teasing. Edging. I just saw 444, so that might be a part of it. Again, somebody is very intellectual. I feel like they like to play mind games first, which one of you may not like, because one of you might be all about the action and you don't like being patient, while the other person is all about the patience and kind of making you wait as long as possible. Interesting. So let's go ahead and pull just some final messages to get some additional details about this particular relationship and what else you need to know about it. Let's see, what else does pile 1 need to know about this relationship? So let's see. We have Vine, seek out information that will help you. Again, that knowledge aspect. So some of you could definitely be in school, like there's some sort of like classroom aspect, or again, seeking out more knowledge, learning more. We also have September. So again, September might be a wait a second, September, is that Virgo season? I don't know, it might be close. But September might be a significant time period for this relationship. We have bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. That might be a part of learning new skills. You might be feeling very like out of your element because of this new situation. We have frying pan, trouble or accusations. We have bell with announcement. We have ear, good news. Yeah, so you're going to hear some good news maybe right before you meet this particular person. Maybe this is somebody you're going to end up working with, which is why it has to be like a secret. And work, achievement, and success. Yeah. And then we have Camel with persevere and you will overcome problems. So that's a big part of like what you guys can do together is if you persevere, any problems that come up, any challenges that happen, you can transform them and persevere. Again, so yeah, this might be like a school or work situation, and it might be kind of a secret because of just the nature of whatever the environment is. Very interesting. So that is everything that I'm seeing in this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you'd like to help support the channel, there's going to be various links to like my Patreon, Ko-fi, Amazon wishlist, Instagram, all of those good things. I would love to see you guys over on those other platforms as well, because it really does help the growth of this channel. And if you'd ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces twin, that info is also down in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who picked pile 2 with the spell of desire here. So kind of looking into this in the relationship here in the story. So for some of you, I definitely feel like you have an inner allure and power. For a lot of you, it could be that it's currently very dormant, and so you need to kind of activate that within you. But once you do activate it, it's like you're kind of like a other, like relationship wise, or suitors, or again the opposite sex or the same sex, whatever it is that you personally are attracted to and you want to attract will be drawn to you like a moth to a flame. And so as far as the actual relationship, you two could definitely be very different. They could definitely at first kind of give you a cold shoulder, be very more on the intellectual side, but there is a strong desire between the two of you that there may be cultural or duty or family reasons why you're not acting on the desire right away. I definitely feel like the person can definitely have a very, in this relationship, could definitely have a very strong protective nature about them. They may even sometimes be jealous, but not necessarily show the jealousy in a very obvious way all the time. For some of you, you might have a very strong female role model in your life, but maybe not in a traditional sense, like a mother, but maybe more so like a grandmother or an aunt. Or again, your relationship with your mother might have been very unusual in the sense that you guys are kind of like polar opposites, or maybe she wasn't very present in your life in some cases, or again, that could be even the case with the partner in question in this relationship. So those are just some initial things I'm throwing out there. So kind of diving into your cards and starting off with the tarot we have. So let's see what we got for you guys. So we have the 7 of Cups, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the 10 of Cups. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of options kind of available to you, or again, there will be a lot of options, or maybe there's a lot of options in their life. And with that 7 of Cups, you know, it could definitely talk about, again, plenty of choices. It could be that a lot of you are kind of dabbling and experimenting with online dating in a lot of ways, or dating apps, like any of those kind of things. You guys are definitely daydreamers. You have very high romantic ideals. Maybe a lot of the relationships that you have been in have been very unemotionally fulfilling, and you're really wanting that high ideal of love that you have in your mind, like that happily ever after kind of energy. You know, you're really in love with the idea of love. You know, this could also be referencing that maybe you have a strong crush on somebody, especially because they kind of exude that energy of like, yeah, they are the kind of knight in shining armor kind of esque energy, or like that high romantic ideal for you. But again, there could be an issue with the crush. You might be unsure if it really is love, or again, maybe it's like a more superficial kind of attraction, based off, again, that you've been in, for some of you, these emotionally unfulfilling situations. But with that said, we have the Ace of Swords and we have the Ten of Cups in addition to this. So with the Ace of Swords, you know, again, not only do you have high ideals about love and relationships, but so does this other person. And you know, really the key component here is communication. You know, communication is the most important part. There's definitely, again, an intellectual connection here, a need for an intellectual connection, as well as, you know, potentially there's going to be a lot of intellectual compatibility. I feel like this person in this relationship is definitely very much all about the mental stimulation. So for some of you, it could definitely be, that could be maybe like the black and white, kind of like hot and cold kind of situation, where it's like you're high emotions all the time and that is what drives you in the connection, while for them it's about the intellectual connection. That's not to say that you don't have that intellectual side to yourself, because you do, but for some of you that could potentially be the challenge. And then, but with all of that said though, we have the Ten of Cups, which of course is literally the happy family card. It's the happily ever after card. It's, you know, this person feels like you are their perfect partner, and that's how you feel about them. It's about a lot of bliss. You know, it's talking about like this relationship will literally be like one of the best relationships you have ever been in. Because there is a deep spiritual connection. You know, there is a lot of perfection in the compatibility here. Because again, I feel like you two balance each other out, because it is like, you know, they're more like the, you know, the cold, intellectual, you know, protective type, while you are kind of this beautiful, sensuous, sexual, emotional kind of aspect, if that makes sense, you know, like water and fire, or I guess in this case it would be like air and fire. I don't know. Something like that is what I'm getting at. And so, yeah, and it's talking about you guys are at a point where it's like you're not going to settle for any more of this kind of emotionally fulfilling partners or whatnot. Like you are dead set on that perfect partner, and that's what you've always thought about. So let's talk about a little bit about, that was a weird sentence, how you guys kind of join together, how you might meet, maybe time period here. So again, we have 10, 1, and 7. So those might be significant time periods, maybe 10 months, 7 months. Again, pay attention to those as potential dates, maybe the 10th month, so October for some of you. But we have prosperity lies ahead with the new moon in Taurus. So Taurus season, which, didn't Taurus season already happen? Maybe. I'm trying to remember. But regardless, I mean, this is a timeless reading. So whenever Taurus season is coming around for you, that might be a time period to pay a lot of attention to. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about this particular card. Obviously, you know, there's something about a financial matter coming up here, or like, again, your work career, something coming to a head there that's going to bring you two together. So this card will often come up when you're inquiring about a financial matter or when you're doubting your self-worth. The card suggests you can have what you want, including material things, but you must believe in yourself. This comes down to the law of attraction. Value yourself and others will value you too. You can create abundance. Taurus is associated with the luxurious Venus, and this card holds the new moon energy. So now is a good time to make a 12-month financial plan. So for others of you, it could be 12 months. This card can also signal the start of a new relationship or of sexier times. If you've been wrestling with something for a long time, the new moon in sturdy Taurus is a sign not to give up just yet. So yeah, you guys got to keep the perseverance in your belief intact that it is going to come to you, because you guys have been wanting to manifest and bring about this perfect, harmonious relationship for a very long time now. And again, I feel like strongly for a lot of you, this is not a relationship you are already in. This is a completely new relationship that you're going to get into. So how to attune to this energy is to get or give a massage. Healthy body, healthy mind. So you will soon be able to afford the thing you're dreaming of. Getting clear on what you value most will help you find peace. Take some time out to pamper yourself. Start a standing order to a savings account, no matter how small. So yes, next up we have kind of the love lessons you guys are learning in this relationship, and we have the heart of the matter. There is more going on than meets the eye. So yeah, this is card 22. So yeah, I definitely feel like this is about understanding that there's so much more than just one option for one. And I just noticed the unicorn in that image, so that's going to stand out to me. Again, don't necessarily judge a book by its cover. Believe in the unexpected. Again, there's unexpected blessings coming through this. I feel like you're going to be very surprised by this relationship. Even though it kind of hits all the notes that you've always wanted, it's still going to surprise you because there's always something more to it. Is just what I'm getting. So let's also talk about the challenges in the relationship. So we have, holy shit, I was just talking about how the unicorn stood out to me, and look, we have it right there. So we have transgression, flaws, contradictions, and mistake. We have burnt by the sun, ambition, extension, and reach. So somebody could definitely be a little bit of a workaholic in this relationship, so that might be a challenge. Again, you guys can very much contradict each other, not only in sort of personality, but maybe in the way that you handle things. Again, there's going to be, that's a part of, like, there's more than meets the eye going on. Like, you can't be like ignoring that everybody has flaws. You have flaws. This person will have flaws. Even though it is a perfect, harmonious, happily ever after, doesn't mean there isn't going to be challenges. That doesn't mean there isn't going to be mistakes from time to time. Especially when you're kind of overextending or, reaching too hard, if that makes sense. So let's talk a little bit deeper about these. So burnt by the sun. Turning away from potential failure means you also turn away from potential success and growth. You avoid harm, but at a great cost, or overreaching without gaining experience. So working with this kind of energy, you must be mindful of what is safe and wise for you at this time. With the skills and training you have a way to go before changes are made. It is as if you're wishing to undertake a marathon without ever running a mile. It's time to train, learn, and become strong. In time, the desire will be within reach. Patience and hard work both are priorities for now. Otherwise, there could be self-administered hurt and injury. You keep getting this message because, again, it's like prosperity lies ahead. This lies ahead, but I feel like it's a warning here for you guys to not be in this kind of illusionary state all the time where you're just dreaming about it, where you're just thinking constantly about it. It's like, while that's great, you need that thought, you need that imagination to help manifest it, you also have to put in the action. And so right now is a good time to focus on you and focus on your personal growth to manifest this relationship even faster. So talking about transgression, let's see. So with transgression, the curse side here, the challenge here is crowding out our inner voice, continuing down a path that we know is against the truth of our soul, breaking universal laws. So working with this, make amends, take stock, assess, and redirect, and come back into harmony with the voice of your soul. So again, I feel like the challenge right here is not so much necessarily the relationship, like some of the things I've already mentioned. Yes, those could come up in the relationship, but this is more about like the now for you guys and what you need to work on to manifest this and make this union happen. So as far as what you guys kind of grow together, we have Borge. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but let's go ahead and see kind of what it is that you guys are going to grow together here. So with this, it's all about courage, forgetfulness, and gladness. Interesting. So again, you guys are going to be very courageous. I feel like you guys can definitely be a very strong power couple together. So Borge has been associated with courage since ancient days. If you've chosen this card, it may be that this is the quality you need to draw upon at this time. True courage requires a strong and generous heart, and this involves looking beyond your own needs to perceive the greater good of those around you. This may mean you need to be courageous in standing up for someone who is weaker than you or who needs your protection, or it may mean sticking your head above the parapet to make a stand for what you believe is right. To be courageous and daring, you must also be able to forget. If you hold every eventuality in mind, you will never act. And being courageous often requires a magnanimity that forgets personal slights or errors of judgment. Going beyond judgment or re-incrimination, true courage is a brave open-heartedness that restores our confidence in human nature, bringing with it joy and happiness. I feel like through this, you guys will both help each other to help others, as well as, you know, kind of restoring faith in humanity in a way. And again, this is about healing the flaws, healing the mistakes, and kind of moving beyond those. So let's go ahead and talk about what is the sexual energy here between you guys in the relationship. And so it's so funny because we have burnt by the sun and we have soulless, and then we have himself. So yeah, the masculine energy, whoever embodies the masculine energy here, is very powerful. But I feel like they're going to definitely allow you to like step up and shine. It's not necessarily that they're super like, they're dominant, but they're not like domineering. And again, there is a chance where it's like their ambition might make you sometimes, I don't know, I feel like it's not so much like question your ambition. It is gonna make you question your own ambition, because it's like they're striving so hard, so you need to put in that action as well to strive just as much, if that makes sense. So looking a little bit deeper into the Soulless card here. Let's see. You know, it's all about knowledge, consciousness, synthesis, and spiritual empowerment. That's how it is sexually. This is definitely, again, there is a strong, very spiritual connection. There's also a lot of wild, crazy energy here. And it's going to be extremely powerful. I mean, this is kind of like Kundalini awakening is what I'm getting here as well. It's like the sex is more than just sex. It's literally spiritual, and it's about synthesizing, it's about coming together, it's about kind of tapping into like through it, because it's very, very magical. Like literally you both could be into magic in some ways. So yeah, there could definitely be a lot of like sex magic happening here, or tantra. You know, it's very radiant energy. It's very energizing. You know, the sex is going to literally energize you both, and it's going to motivate you. You know, it's even like miracles can take place through it. It's definitely a very, it's going to teach you a lot. They might have very striking eyes. I'm also getting that. So let's talk about himself a little bit. Let's see. So himself is again about natural law, life force, magic, and shamanic power. So exactly, there's so much magic in the sexual connection here. Like it is literally going to activate you both. So it's like that union is going to trigger you both. Yeah, and this card, not only with it appearing here, it's going to energize and activate all the other cards around it. So it's literally activating this card. So it's like very, very intense, and again, very protective, very steadfast, very victorious, triumph, confidence. There's a lot of sexual confidence here. There's a lot of vigorous energy. So it's like when the sexual energy is activated, it's going to be like go all day kind of, and all night. Yeah, again, the erotic energy and the passion and the creativity is going to be very strong. Like you guys through the sex, that's going to activate not only your guys' energy, your magic, but also really strong creativity, which might be a part of like why I keep looking at that burnt by the sun. It's like it's so strong, it so draws you two in that there's a potential for you guys to kind of burn up in it if you don't pace yourself. Okay. So let's go ahead and fuck the first card here from the erotic tarot here to or the oracle deck. Holy shit. We have devour you. Literally, they're going to devour you. We have midnight pleasures. See, all day, all night. Doesn't matter how long they've been at work or something like that. When they come home at any hour, it's like you're their first priority, I feel like. Hopeless romantic. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's a lot of hopeless romantics here in this particular pile, and that is what this relationship is definitely going to satisfy. Then we have silky smooth legs, sensual caressing. That might be how they're going to start off, is with a lot of sensual caressing that goes, you know, to some fun bits, and then they're going to do some other fun things and eat you out. And then it's crazy because we have man-eater, desperate housewife, single and hunting. So there could be a possibility that some of you could already... Because again, I feel like this is so much like a new relationship that maybe, I'm just going to throw it out here. For some of you, you are already in a relationship. You might even be married, but you might be kind of drifting apart. For others of you, again, you've been extremely single for a very long time. And again, you're hunting, you're looking, you're searching for that perfect partner. And you're just like, where the fuck are they? And a part of that is just like, you guys need to keep the faith and understand that there's more going on than what you realize. You know, Spirit has a lot that they're working on directing you to. Because again, this is like a very divine connection, I feel like, especially sexually, that's going to bring about a lot of things. So also just with this, it's like you could be very experienced or they could be very experienced. Like this isn't your first fucking rodeo. And also just like kind of like the playing house kind of idea, that might be kind of a kink of theirs. So let's go ahead and pull just some final additional messages for what you need to know about how this relationship is. Let's see. What else does pile? Okay. What else does this pile need to know? And I feel like there's just one more. Okay. So, get those to not fall over. We have Beau. You are highly thought of. Yes, they do think extremely highly of you. Even, okay, they might be the one who is in kind of like an entanglement or like a relationship or something, because of how this story is. It's like they've already kind of given their word or their virtue to somebody else, but it's like you kind of bewitched them. There's definitely a lot here of like you falling under their spell or them falling under your spell, or like both of you do. We have Axe. Forces working against you. Yeah, there could definitely be some forces that might try to work against you, but again, the attraction and the desire is so there that it's just like, again, moth to a flame. Grasshopper. Situations in the balance that require careful handling. We have Vine. Seek out information that will help you. We also have Lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. We have April. So April might be a significant time period. We also have October. Wasn't I talking about fucking October? We have Ear with good news. We have Jug with lighthearted, carefree time. We have Wind Chimes, peace and harmony. We also have Crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So yeah, some of you who want to build a family, you could build a family with this person. Or if it's a business, that's another possibility. We also have another time period here. We have September. So we have September, October, and April. So any of those could be significant in this. We have Knot with unsuccessful plans. We have Pale with time to get out of a situation. For some of you, that could be, again, maybe the current connection you are involved in. Or again, kind of those repeating patterns of unfulfilling emotional relationships. Rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over, though. See, you're going to... Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Look at fucking that. That's just fucking synchronicity right there. And the last one we have is Frying Pan. Troubles or accusations. Wow. That's wild. So that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video, comment down below, make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the bell notification. And if you'd like to help support the channel in any way, please do consider becoming a patron on my patron on my Patreon. You know, there's Ko-fi, there's my Instagram, there's Amazon wishlist. All that helps the growth of this channel and bringing you more content like this. And of course, if you ever like to book a private reading with me or me and my Pisces-Twin, that info is also down in the description. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you. All right, and for those of you who picked the third and final pile here with Blackbird. So for some of you, this could definitely be about a relationship that feels very nostalgic, or like childhood friends, like that kind of situation, or maybe literally our childhood friends. And definitely one person can be very more dominant while the other is more submissive. There could definitely be a lot of competition. There might even be some stressful situations that you both get into, because there might be forces kind of trying to intervene in the relationship, because it's like people are telling you one thing about this person and another is telling you something else. Like sometimes you question if you can trust them, because it feels like they're not telling you all the information that you need to know, because they could be very like secretive about their feelings. They might even have like a very powerful position in some cases. There's like they like what they like about you, I feel like, is because there is like a certain kind of purity about you that they find desirable. They might even call you something like their peach or something like that, like, you know, something cheesy like that. Like, not to say like you'll enjoy it regardless, but that's just how they feel about you. Like you're delicious or something, literally. So, looking at your tarot cards, we have the Nine of Wands, we have Temperance, and we have the Nine of Pentacles here. So, that is pretty crazy. You have 2 9s, so the number 9 might be extremely significant here. Also, pay attention to number 14 or 5. But yeah, 9 months. The 9th month of the year might be significant in some way. So, with this here, kind of talking about for this love situation, for this relationship, again, yeah, definitely with something like the Nine of Wands, there could definitely sometimes come up with, you know, stress. Maybe you've been through a lot of stressful relationships, or there's moments where like the relationship can get stressful. And when that sort of happens, it feels like one person in the relationship might be extremely protective, like sometimes even overprotective, like trying to really shield you from the stress or, again, the dangers or whatnot. Like they want to keep you, I don't want to say this, like, but they might want to keep you sheltered sometimes. Like they just want you all to themselves kind of situation. With the Nine of Pentacles, you know, yes, somebody might be coming from a lot of money, but they're very confident when it comes to love. They're very confident in their love life, and they're very independent. So because they are so independent, they might not necessarily like right off the bat want to rush into settling down. But with something like Temperance, you know, this is really talking about two opposites that really complete each other. And you both will bring out the best in each other. And, you know, somebody definitely, and I feel like it's whoever it is that kind of takes on this more independent role, who's maybe the one who doesn't want to necessarily rush into it, they can fall in love without losing their head. They're very much in control of the situation, but there is a lot of harmony and happiness with Temperance being here in the center. And I feel like regardless, it's like this is somebody who is going to want to, you know, bring you absolute satisfaction and like balance in life. So they're even, you know, they're willing to protect you and everything. They might even be somebody who's willing to provide for you in some cases, materially speaking, if that is something, you know, they feel like doing. But again, they're very independent, so they may not, that's a very thin line if they're going to do that or not. So talking about, you know, how you guys might join together, what will bring you together, how you might meet. We have Surrender to the Divine with the full moon, and we have Don't Let Pride Get in Your Way with the full moon in Leo. So this person could be, or you could be, very prideful. Leo season might be very significant in this meeting. Regardless, a full moon is going to be significant. So always pay attention to when the full moons are happening. So let's actually talk about the full moon first and foremost. So surrender to the divine. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind, don't it? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change or possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. So, to attune to this, I am getting the answers I need. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break it time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You may need to forgive someone or to release negative energy. It's time to let go of the past and move on. So that might be part of what's holding you guys back from getting to this particular union. If this is not somebody you're already involved with, is holding too much on the past. I definitely feel like they're not necessarily a fan of that. But with the full moon in Leo, have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of the big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts for the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by lately, this is the time to find a balance, and we have temperance here, of your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all of your relationships. So, to attune to this, be magnificent without being plain too much. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. A friendship may be ending now. So again, those might all kind of resonate to what you need to work on to get to this particular relationship, or what might be happening around you when you get into this relationship. So let's talk about kind of what the love lessons are that you're learning in this relationship. So we have, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. And we have the unicorn reappearing. And we have practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. So for this group, I definitely feel like it's so important that you are being very generous. Because again, I feel like that's something they're going to really admire, and what's going to catch their eye is your compassion and your ability to kind of, you know, place yourself in somebody else's shoes. They're also going to really admire if you're able to really be, you know, kind of in that energy of like surrendering to the divine and knowing like, you know what, I can see things from all these different perspectives. I know how to change. I know how to choose things and really go after exactly what I want. I am limitless, and I will do exactly what I set out to do, and nothing's going to stop me. I feel like that's something they're going to admire, and that's something they're going to very much encourage in you. But they might not outright tell you, like say anything to you. It's like they might even kind of make things harder for you just to push you to strive more without even saying a word, if that makes sense. So as far as the challenges in the relationship, we have hope with anticipation, bright prospects, wish, and then we have witness, to know, personal evidence, to speak out. Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's like, if you're expecting this person to be kind of like always your knight in shining armor and kind of sweep in and solve your problems for you, that's not what they're going to do. They're going to almost like, I know it's going to sound fucked up when I say it this way, but almost make you like, let you suffer in kind of your suffering, so that it's like you kind of figure out, it's like they're not abandoning you. They're not going to like, they're not doing it because they necessarily enjoy it, but they're doing it because they're wanting to push you to see, just to get you to grow. and to take the actions you need to solve your own problems. And of course, if it's like they see that it's too much for you to handle in certain aspects, they will step in and give a helping hand. But at the end of the day, you're the one who has to solve your own problems, is what I'm getting. So talking about the witness, it can be tempting to protest against being lied to or hurt. Know that the road you're on will take you to many places, and this stop on the journey was necessary for you to take the next steps wiser. You are now free. There's no curse with this card at all. So exactly, it's like, they're going to do things where it's like, I feel like you're going to think they're being such like a fucking asshole and like, why didn't you warn me about this? Why didn't you tell me you knew about this? And they're like, no, free will is everything. You are free to be exactly who you are and be independent, which means you can solve your own problems because you have that strength. And they see it in you. So working with this energy, know that what you have seen and felt is true. Another may deny that you have witnessed a true thing, but having seen and now knowing, you have a duty to never again lie to yourself. You need to not make this truth your entire life, but never again lie to yourself. Accept the evidence of your experience and honor it within your heart and within your words. When wisdom demands you, speak freely. There are some who would betray your confidence. Others will share your experience and become your kin when you share wisely. We also, with the Hope card, this is all about, without hope, we lose heart. If hope feels futile for you, know that the act of hoping, of choosing to believe, there are still reasons to look forward with optimism, will create a more positive outcome than you are looking at in the present moment. And again, this is all about see things from a fresh perspective. So working with this energy, you will soon have hope, which will make whatever is taking place at this moment easier to bear. This hardship is impermanent, and tomorrow will be better. So exactly, it's like everything they do that you, in a lot of ways that you don't like, is all to try to help assist you for your own personal growth, is what I'm getting. So speaking of growth, what it is that you guys grow together. We have the Restoriers. I think that, I have no fucking idea if I pronounced that right. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about this. So this is all about retreat, balance, and calm. Literally like the Temperance energy. Just the Temperance energy is so strong here. So Sagittarius season, which isn't that the 9th month? It's definitely the 9th house. Sagittarius rules the 9th house. So that's pretty crazy. Maybe this person's even foreign from you. But anyway, with this, although adventure and excitement are necessary ingredients in life, we also need periods of peace and calm, oasis in our busy lives. Drawing this card in a reading may mean that you should create such a time for yourself now. Retreats are an important part of spiritual practice. In Druidry, these can include visiting the old sacred sites and walking the old tracks. But wherever you are, you can take a retreat. Even if you are busy, see if you can withdraw from your schedule for 3 hours, during which time no one disturbs you and you treat yourself to whatever will help you find calm. Better still is a longer retreat, 3 days or more, in a setting close to nature. By taking such a break, you give your body and soul a chance to catch up with each other and find balance once more. So definitely, I feel like this is somebody who's definitely going to spoil you in that sense, where it's like, you guys are always going to go on trips. Like, you guys are going to want to get away from your busy and stressful schedules to find some sort of peace of mind. And again, allowing you might be very interested in, again, I'm just getting travel a lot, like visiting, again, like traveling the world kind of thing. So let's go ahead and talk about the sexual energy here. So for you guys, we have Lothwis the Wild. So the sexual energy here is very, like, I just feel like somebody in this relationship is really, really able to read the other person so well that they know exactly how to push your buttons, and they do it on fucking purpose. Like, they like to kind of play tricks or mess with you a little bit. You know, this is all about haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, and balance. Again, we have that keyword of balance coming through so many times throughout this whole entire reading. That is like the big word in this relationship is balance. But yeah, like when it comes to the sexual stuff, it's like, it's all about the spontaneity. So it's like you guys could literally be out traveling. They might even want to be like, yeah, let's travel the world and have sex in every country, or like we were talking about sacred sites, and I know this sounds kind of fucked up, but like wanting to on purposely do things in like a sacred site or an old historical place. I don't know why that's just coming in, but let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of wild creative energies here. A lot of, again, that fire. You know, it's all about the energizing. It's wanting to try new and fresh approaches. Old ideas and old behaviors will not do it. So again, this is somebody who's definitely not fucking vanilla. They like to experiment. They like to try new things in the sexual arena with you in this relationship. So definitely, yeah, it's like if the mood strikes, somebody in the relationship is just going to go for it. You both could be like that. And oh, wow, this is that one card. Okay, so I'm going to read this card because this might even represent, like, how it is you guys meet. So it's saying here, alternatively, Lathus may be telling you to go for something now. For example, another member of our Oracle discussion group was at a convention, and a man was demonstrating electronic devices. She was not particularly interested in them, but he and she talked about the different meters and tools for a while. She started to walk away, and then she thought, no, I've got to do this. She went back and told him, I don't think I'll ever forgive myself if I don't tell you I think I'm in love with you. They've been happily married for many years now. Sometimes it's important to take the risk of making a fool of yourself to gain something amazing and wonderful and miraculous. Sometimes when Lathus says, go for it now, it's important to do so. And sometimes it isn't. If the only reason for caution is that you're afraid of looking silly, it probably is time to go for it. Remember then that you need to keep an eye on Lathus. Don't let him have control over your schedule or the accelerator in your car. He always thinks going faster and taking chances is better, and sometimes he is even right. Use sense and stay grounded even while he takes you off on a flight of fancy. Again, that flight of fancy is coming out. So yeah, this person might do kind of wild, crazy shit sometimes, but I feel like it's so important. It's like, if you like feel attraction to a particular person and you want to be in a relationship with this person, it's just like fucking go for it. They're going to admire that like crazy because again, you know you're limitless, you know you are confident and you can do anything, including them. So it's like they're going to be like, fuck yeah, let's throw down and do this. So speaking of that, you guys got a lot of these cards, so let's go ahead and see what we got going on. It's all yours. Exactly. That's how I feel like they can be very, like, I don't mean this in like a negative way, but they can be very possessive, and again, very protective, and it's like, you are all theirs, or you are all theirs, you know, kind of thing. Punishment, been a brat, acting up, naughty girl. So yeah, they might like when you kind of talk back, or you're a brat, and so, because it's like, it's fun for them to tie you up. Fuck it up against the wall. Exactly. Again, that's that spontaneity. They'll literally do it anywhere against anything if the mood strikes them. Oh, fucking shit. Horny. In the mood. Exactly. Again, they just like, especially on the sexual side, it's like when it happens, it just happens. And that is so this fucking book. Because again, this particular character, the masculine in this character, he is so like flirty in a very specific way to the female main character here. So it's like, yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Under my spell. We have a good dick down. So yeah, they're going to be very good. And then look at that. All tied up. We have that coming out twice here. So yeah, they're going to like, they might be into shibari. I'm just going to throw that out there. But yeah, very interesting. So let's go ahead and pull some final additional messages here of what else you guys need to know in this relationship. Important aspects. Let's see. We're already getting a few things. Let's see. What else is important for you guys? Take that one and okay, you guys are going to get a lot here. All right. Now, god damn, you can get like the whole stack if I keep going here. What's up? Okay, finally. Those are the last ones. Whew. Jesus. All right, we got a lot to go through here. Horseshoe, good luck. Younger woman, dealings relationship with a younger woman. We have angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Dog, protection from a powerful friend. Very interesting. We have tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. Getting ahead. I feel like they're going to make a lot of like sexual jokes at you in this relationship. Throne, position of authority. Wasn't I talking about they might be in a position of authority? Dogs, getting together with friends. We have ladder, climbing towards success. We have hammock, taking a vacation physically or mentally. That's literally what the one card was talking about. We have basket, recognition, reward for marriage. So you might meet like on vacation or something, traveling with this person. Skull, you might be traveling with friends and you might meet this person. Skull, hidden secrets can harm you. They're very secretive though. We have fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. That might be why they're so secretive. Wedge, someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. We have vase, secret admirer. Yeah, they might be a secret admirer for you. Look at that. We have marriage. Wow. We have fear, worries, and tense situations. We have moon with changes in your life. Were you guys who had the double full moons? Yes, you are. And we have the moon coming up again. We got box. You'll receive a gift. We also have success. Successful marriage. Four-leaf clover. Good. Great good fortune. V. Victory in some endeavor. We have casket. Someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. Wasn't there a message about like a friend leaving for you guys? I. Psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Ink pot. Problems to be resolved. We also have bouquet. The compliments from an admirer. And you have that secret admirer with the vase. Holy shit. That is so crazy. We have mice, discord among friends or family. So again, there might be some like friend members or family members who might try to come between you two. Gong, an exciting event. And last one we have is carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. See, a journey. Wow, that is wild. So, very interesting pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like on this video. Comment down below what you thought about it. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you'd ever like to help support the growth of this channel and bringing more content like this, please do consider becoming a patron on my Patreon. There's Ko-fi, there's my Instagram, as well as the Amazon wish list. If there's any particular decks you would like me to use in future videos, that's a great way to support the channel in that way. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, I almost forgot. If you're also looking for a personal reading, that info is also in the description. So thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.